So I already made a video of what's the best type of villains in anime and manga. Well, this time I want to be focusing this video on what's the worst type of villains in anime and manga. Because some were actually asking in the comments, they wanted to hear the opposite, like what do I kind of dislike the most when it comes to villains in anime and manga. So today I'm here to discuss what I think is the worst types of villains in anime and manga. So, here we go. First things right off the bat, there's many types of villains, and really, villains come down to the viewer. For instance, if you like that type of villain, well, you might like it, but others may hate that type of villain. So if I dislike a certain type of villain, doesn't mean everybody else will. So that's a quick disclaimer right there. So anyways, when it comes to villains, there's many ways to make me like a villain, but there is some ways to really make me despise a villain. Now, let's make sure to clear this up real quick. Some villains are made or written to make you despise them, where you hate their very core, and you just want to see their head on a spike. There's many villains that are written like this. Some of my favorite villains are written like this. So, what I'm about to say is, villains that are just straight up bad just to be bad. For instance, villains that have no motive whatsoever. Here's a good example. Let's say a villain is going off killing people. This villain's killing women, children, guys, men, everybody. Just killing everybody, okay? Finally, our main male character, hero, whatever, comes and confronts this villain and asks him, why are you doing this? Why the fuck are you killing all these people? Why you kill these women and children and, you know, the husbands, wives, childs? Why are you killing everybody? And then the villain says this. He's like, oh, I just like killing people. I just like killing people. I don't have any motive. I just want to kill people. And there's a difference between kind of them being psychotic and then a villain just being written just to be evil. For instance, wanting to kill people. That, I think, is one of the worst type of villains. Also, another villain that I personally don't like is the villains that are cowards. For instance, villains that act all high and mighty. For instance, let's say the rich, like high up their rich class villains. For instance, they have a lot of money, backing and stuff, and they feel like they're a higher existence. So they hire all these strong people to protect their ass, and these overpowered people that could crush the main villain in like a snap. And these villains, once everybody is defeated, like all his bodyguards, when the main character gets to this villain, he starts becoming a coward. He's like, oh, please save me, please save me, oh my god, I don't want to die, you know, stuff like that. And I feel like that's also another villain type I just really do not like at all. Like, just seeing a villain that's a straight up little spineless fucking coward that cannot fight his own battles. I just can't stand those types of villains. And then another type of villain that I personally don't like is villains that do stuff for very stupid fucking reasons. Like, very stupid reasons. Like, reasons that are just so petty that you're like, really? Like, let's say a villain is walking in a room, okay? And all of a sudden, one day, this dude decides to take his fucking watch. I've actually seen something very similar. I'm not gonna say the anime name, but I've seen something similar where a character gets, like, let's say one of his objects, like a watch or something, stolen, and all of a sudden his entire motive is to kill the dude because he stole my watch, and his entire motive of killing all these people and stuff is like stealing his close belonging. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, you're killing someone over this inanimate object. Like, are you joking with me right now? So, I mean, there's quite a few villains, or villain types, I am not a big fan of, but that's just to name a few. So, I want to ask all of you Chibits right now, what types of villains do you dislike? I mean, what do you feel is, like, one of the worst? And now, of course, everybody's opinions on villains are going to vary, but I'm just curious to see. And I mean, let me know in the comments below, and also for a bonus, let me know what is the worst villain in your opinion. So you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.